Captain Lee Dong-hyun stood on the bridge of Earth's newest space station. Through the large windows, he could see the dark space around Earth. His uniform was clean and pressed. The Korean flag on his shoulder showed he was proud of his home country. But today he was not just representing Korea. He was speaking for all of Earth. "Captain, we have contact," said his communications officer. The young woman's voice was steady, but Lee could hear the excitement. This was the day they had all been waiting for. First contact with aliens. Dr. Park So-min walked onto the bridge. She was Earth's best expert on alien life. Her dark hair was pulled back in a simple style. She carried a tablet with translation programs. "Are you ready for this?" she asked Lee. "As ready as anyone can be," Lee replied. He pressed a button on his chair. "This is Captain Lee Dong-hyun of the Earth Defense Platform. We welcome you to our solar system." The main screen flickered. Then it showed something that made everyone on the bridge stop breathing. The alien was tall and thin. Its skin looked like blue crystal. It had 4 arms and eyes that glowed with white light. When it spoke, the computer translated its words. "I am Ambassador Velthar of the Crystalline Hegemony. I speak for the Galactic Council. You are humans, yes? We have been watching your world." Dr. Park stepped forward. "We are honored by your visit, Ambassador. How can we help you?" The alien's face did not show any emotion. "Help? No, small creature. We are here to help you. Your species is young and primitive. You fight among yourselves. You waste resources. You damage your planet. This cannot continue." Lee felt his jaw tighten. He did not like the alien's tone. "We are working to solve our problems. We have made great progress in recent years." "Progress?" The alien made a sound that might have been laughter. "You have not even left your home system. Your weapons are basic. Your technology is crude. But do not worry. The Galactic Council is generous. We will take care of you." Commander Kim Jae-sung, Lee's second in command, moved closer to the captain. Kim was a short man with quick eyes. He had fought in 3 wars on Earth. "I do not like where this is going," he whispered. The alien continued talking. "Here is our offer. Your world will become part of the Galactic Council. You will give us 70% of your resources. We will place advisors in your governments. In return, we will protect you and share some of our technology with you." The bridge was silent. Dr. Park looked at her tablet, checking if the translation was correct. It was. "Ambassador," Lee said carefully, "we appreciate your offer, but we must decline. Earth wishes to remain independent. We would be happy to trade with you as equals." The alien's eyes flashed brighter. "Equals? You think you are equal to us? We have traveled the stars for millions of years. We rule thousands of worlds. What have you humans accomplished?" "We have survived," Lee said quietly. "Survived? Any animal can survive, but you are not even good at that. Your species almost destroyed itself many times. Wars, diseases, disasters. You are weak." Dr. Park stepped forward again. "Ambassador, I think there has been a misunderstanding. Humans prefer cooperation over domination. We believe all intelligent species should be free to choose their own path." The alien stared at her. "Freedom? Choice? These are luxuries for advanced species. Primitive species need guidance. They need control. This is how the galaxy works." Lee felt anger building in his chest, but he kept his voice calm. "We understand your position, Ambassador. But our answer remains no. We will not surrender our independence. You refuse our generous offer?" The alien's voice became cold. "No species has ever refused the Council's protection. Either you do not understand your situation, or you are hiding something from us." Commander Kim spoke up. "What if we are hiding something?" The alien turned its glowing eyes toward Kim. "Then we will discover it. Our ships are scanning your world right now. Your military is pathetic. Your weapons could not harm our smallest scout ship. If you are hiding advanced technology, we will find it." Lee pressed another button on his chair. "All stations go to yellow alert." Warning lights began flashing around the bridge. "Threatening us will not change our answer," Lee told the alien. "Earth will remain free." The alien was quiet for a long moment. Then it spoke again. "Very well. You have 1 solar cycle to reconsider. If you do not accept our protection by then, we will be forced to take corrective action." "Corrective action?" Dr. Park asked. "We will destroy your military. We will occupy your major cities. We will remove your current leaders and install proper government. It is better for everyone if you surrender now." The bridge crew looked at each other. Some faces showed fear. Others showed anger. Lee felt both emotions, but he also felt something else. He felt the same feeling he had when bullies threatened him as a child. He felt the need to fight back. "Ambassador," Lee said, standing up from his chair, "I want to make sure you understand something. You came to our home. You demanded we surrender our freedom. You threatened to attack us if we refuse. Is that correct? That is the standard procedure for integrating primitive species into the Council." Lee smiled, but it was not a friendly smile. "Then let me tell you something about us primitive humans. We have been fighting for millions of years. We fought ice ages. We fought diseases that killed half our population. We fought each other in wars that covered continents. We fought predators that were bigger and stronger than us. Do you know what we learned from all that fighting?" The alien did not answer. "We learned that the most dangerous enemy is the one who looks weak. We learned that survivors are harder to kill than warriors. We learned that the best way to win a fight is to make the other side wish they had never started it." Lee walked closer to the screen. "So congratulations, Ambassador Velthar. You just declared war on the most deadly species alive." The alien's eyes flashed with surprise. "You dare threaten the Galactic Council?" "I am not threatening anyone," Lee said calmly. "I am just telling you what happens when someone threatens Earth. You have your solar cycle, Ambassador. Use it to think very carefully about what you are about to do." The alien's image flickered and disappeared. The bridge was silent for several seconds. "Well," said Commander Kim, "that could have gone better." Dr. Park was already working on her tablet. "I need to contact the Defense Ministry immediately. If they were serious about that threat." "They were serious," Lee said. He looked out at the stars again. "Send a message to all defense forces. Tell them to prepare for war. And send another message to the civilian government. Tell them we need to evacuate the orbital stations." "Sir?" asked his communications officer. "Do you really think we can fight them?" Lee thought about his answer. The aliens had ships that could travel between stars. They had technology beyond human understanding. They ruled thousands of worlds, but they had made one mistake. They had given humans time to prepare. "Officer," Lee said finally, "they are about to learn why we are the only species that survived on Earth." Admiral Choi Min-ho looked at the screens showing Earth's solar system. 3 days had passed since the alien ultimatum. The solar cycle was almost over. Every screen showed empty space, but Choi knew that was not true. Hidden in the darkness were 12 alien warships. Each one was bigger than Earth's largest aircraft carrier. "Admiral," called Specialist Yoon Hana from her pilot station. "The alien fleet is moving into position around Earth. They think we cannot see them." Yoon was young, maybe 25 years old, but she was the best pilot in Earth's Space Force. Her small fighter ship was invisible to alien scanners. She had been watching the enemy for hours. "What do you see out there?" Choi asked. 12 big ships. They are arranged in a circle around Earth. It looks like they plan to attack from all sides at once." Yoon's voice was calm and professional. "Admiral, these ships are huge. Each one has enough firepower to destroy a city." General Lim Sung-woo walked over to join them. Lim was an older man with gray hair and many scars. He had fought in every major war of the last 20 years. "Size does not always win battles," he said. "Sometimes the mouse can kill the elephant." "This is not a mouse and elephant situation," said Choi. "This is more like ants fighting dinosaurs." "Ants can kill anything if there are enough of them," Lim replied. "And if they are smart enough." The main communication screen flickered on. Ambassador Velthar appeared again. The alien looked exactly the same as 3 days ago. No emotion. "No concern. Humans of Earth," the alien said. "Your solar cycle is complete. Have you reconsidered our generous offer?" Admiral Choi stepped forward. "This is Admiral Choi Min-ho, Supreme Commander of Earth Defense Forces. Our answer has not changed. Earth will remain free." "Then you have chosen death," said the alien. "Our fleet will now begin pacification operations. Surrender your military forces and we will spare your civilian population." "No," said Choi simply. The alien stared at him for a moment. "Very well. Begin the attack." The screen went dark. Immediately, alarms began ringing throughout the command center. "Enemy ships are moving," called the sensor operator. "They are heading toward Earth." "All units," Choi said into his microphone. "This is not a drill. Execute Operation Hidden Dragon." Around the solar system, things began to happen. Things the aliens could not see or understand. What looked like empty space was not empty at all. Floating in the darkness were hundreds of old mining ships and cargo vessels. Earth had been preparing for this day since first contact. Every old spacecraft had been turned into a weapon. The alien ships moved toward Earth in perfect formation. They were confident and slow. They had done this many times before. No primitive species had ever fought back successfully, but they had never fought humans before. The first alien ship died without warning. A mining vessel that had been drifting silently suddenly fired its engines. It accelerated toward the alien ship at tremendous speed. The aliens tried to shoot it down, but it was too small and too fast. The mining ship crashed into the alien vessel and exploded. The explosion was not from the mining ship. Hidden inside were 50 nuclear missiles that Earth had removed from old submarines. The alien ship broke apart like glass. "First kill confirmed," reported Yoon from her fighter. "The enemy is confused. They are trying to find our attack ships." But there was nothing to find. The mining vessels had no crews. They were controlled by computers from Earth, and there were hundreds of them scattered throughout the solar system. The second alien ship died 5 minutes later. This time it was not a collision. A cargo vessel had been modified to carry a railgun. The weapon fired a chunk of metal the size of a car at nearly the speed of light. It hit the alien ship and went straight through it. "2 down," called General Lim. 10 to go. The aliens began to understand they were being hunted. Their perfect formation broke apart. Each ship started moving independently, trying to find the human attackers. This was exactly what Earth's planners had hoped for. Divided enemies were easier to kill. Specialist Yoon launched from her hidden position inside an asteroid. Her fighter was built from alien technology that Earth had captured from crashed scout ships over the years. It was invisible to their scanners and faster than their weapons. "Target 3 is the command ship," she reported. "I am going in." "Negative, Yoon," said Admiral Choi. "That ship is too heavily defended." "Sir, with respect, I can do this." Yoon's fighter was already moving. "The alien ships are designed to fight other big ships. They are not ready for something as small as my fighter." Yoon was right. Her fighter slipped between the alien weapon systems like a ghost. The big guns could not turn fast enough to track her. The small guns could not penetrate her shields. She reached the command ship and attached a special device to its hull. Then she flew away as fast as possible. "Package delivered," she reported. "The virus should be uploading now." The device contained Earth's most advanced computer virus. It had been designed specifically to attack alien systems. Human computers were different from alien computers, but math was the same everywhere. The virus found weaknesses in their programming and attacked. The alien command ship began to lose control. Its weapons fired randomly. Its engines started and stopped without orders. The ship spun helplessly in space. "Their command structure is breaking down," reported the intelligence officer. "The other ships do not know what to do without orders." "Then we give them something to think about," said General Lim. He activated another part of the plan. Around Earth's moon, hidden military bases opened their doors. Missile launchers that had been disguised as mining equipment began firing. But these were not normal missiles. They were carrying warheads made from compressed matter that Earth's scientists had developed in secret. The missiles flew toward the confused alien ships. When they exploded, they created tiny black holes that lasted for just a few seconds. But those few seconds were enough to tear apart the alien vessels. 3 more alien ships died in the black hole explosions. 7 ships remaining, called the sensor operator. But the aliens were learning too. They began using their own weapons more carefully. They started hunting for the hidden human bases. Energy beams from space began striking Earth's moon and asteroids. "They are adapting faster than we expected," said Admiral Choi. "Time for Phase 2. Phase 2 was personal. Small groups of human soldiers in spacesuits launched from hidden positions. They used small thruster packs to fly toward the alien ships. Once they reached the hulls, they planted explosive charges on critical systems. The aliens had never seen anything like this. What species would send soldiers to attack starships with nothing but explosives and courage? It was insane. It was impossible. It was human. 2 more alien ships died from internal explosions. The remaining 5 ships tried to group together for protection, but it was too late. They were surrounded by enemies they could not see, fighting a war they did not understand. The last alien ship tried to escape. It turned away from Earth and fired its engines at maximum power, but Specialist Yoon was waiting for it. Her fighter had been damaged in the earlier attack, but it still flew. She intercepted the fleeing ship and fired her last missile. The alien vessel exploded in a ball of fire. All enemy ships destroyed, reported Yoon. Solar system is clear. The command center was silent for a moment. Then someone began clapping. Soon everyone was cheering and hugging each other, but Admiral Choi was not celebrating. He knew this was just the beginning. General Lim, he said quietly, we need to prepare for the next attack. This was just their first probe. When they do not hear from this fleet, they will send a bigger one. How much bigger? Asked Lim. Much bigger. And next time they will be ready for us. Specialist Yoon's voice came over the radio. Admiral, you should know something. I managed to download their computer files before the command ship was destroyed. I think you will want to see what I found. What is it? Information about their military, about their technology, about their weaknesses. Yoon paused. Sir, I think we can beat them. But we need to move fast. Admiral Choi smiled for the first time in days. The aliens had made a mistake. They had given humans access to their technology, and humans were very good at learning from their enemies. The hunt was just beginning. Dr. Kang Soo-jin stared at the alien data on her computer screen. For 3 weeks, she had been studying the information that Specialist Yoon had stolen from the alien command ship. What she found made her hands shake. This cannot be right, she whispered to herself. Captain Oh Tae-min walked into her laboratory. He was the commander of Earth's first real warship, built using alien technology. The ship was called Defiance, and it was almost ready for its first mission. Doctor, you look like you have seen a ghost, Oh said. What did you find? Dr. Kang turned her screen toward him. Look at this. According to their records, the Galactic Council rules over 47 different species. Every single one of them surrendered without fighting. So, maybe they were smart enough to avoid war. No, that is not it. Dr. Kang opened another file. Look at these biological reports. Every species they conquered was peaceful. They eat plants or small animals. None of them are predators. None of them evolved by fighting. Oh frowned. What are you saying? I am saying that we are the first carnivores they have ever met. We are the first species that evolved by hunting and killing. They have no idea how to fight something like us. Intelligence Officer Shin Yuri entered the lab carrying a tablet. She was a small woman with sharp eyes who could speak 12 alien languages. Doctor, you need to see this. We intercepted alien communications from across the galaxy. She handed the tablet to Dr. Kang. The screen showed translations of messages between different alien worlds. They are terrified, Shin said. Some species are refusing to send ships to fight us. Others are asking questions about why they serve the Council at all. Dr. Kang read the messages. One alien general wrote, how did 12 dreadnoughts lose to a species that has not even left its home system? Another message said, perhaps we should reconsider our alliance with the Council. These humans seem reasonable compared to our current masters. This is incredible, Oh said. We are not just fighting them. We are making them question everything. It gets better, said Shin. 3 alien species have sent secret messages to Earth. They want to surrender to us instead of fighting us. Dr. Kang laughed. But it was not a happy sound. They want to surrender to us? Why? Because we treat prisoners well. Because we offer real partnerships instead of slavery. Because we are stronger than the Council, but we are not cruel like them. Captain O sat down heavily in a chair. This changes everything. We are not just defending Earth anymore. We are liberating the galaxy. Not yet, said Dr. Kang. First, we need to survive what is coming next. According to the alien data, the Council is assembling the largest fleet in galactic history. Thousands of ships from dozens of species. How long do we have? Maybe 2 months. Maybe less. O stood up and straightened his uniform. Then we better get to work. My ship is ready for its first mission. What do you recommend? Dr. Kang opened another file on her computer. Hit their supply lines. According to this data, the Council depends on automated mining stations to fuel their fleet. If we destroy enough of them, their big ships will not have power. Can we reach them? The nearest mining station is only 3 light years away. If we leave today, we can be there in 1 week. What about defenses? Shin looked at her tablet. Minimal. They never expected anyone to attack their supply lines. Most mining stations have only a few guard ships, Oh smiled. Then it is time to teach them about asymmetric warfare. 2 days later, the Defiance left Earth's solar system. It was humanity's first interstellar warship, built from stolen alien technology and human engineering. The ship could travel faster than light, and was invisible to most alien sensors. On board were 50 of Earth's best soldiers, led by Captain O. Their mission was simple: destroy everything that supported the alien war machine. The first mining station died without sending a distress signal. O's team used the alien codes that Dr. Kang had decoded to shut down the station's defenses. Then they planted nuclear charges in the power core and left. The explosion could be seen from a light year away. The second station was more alert, but it did not matter. The Defiance used hit-and-run tactics. It would appear suddenly, fire its weapons, and disappear before the guards could respond. The station's guards were trained to fight other large ships, not something as fast and small as a human warship. After 1 week, O's team had destroyed 6 mining stations and captured 2 others intact. They brought the captured stations back to Earth's solar system and turned them into human bases. But the real victory was psychological. Across the galaxy, alien species saw that their mighty council could not protect its own supply lines. If humans could strike anywhere at any time, what did that mean for the coming war? The answer came from an unexpected source. An alien commander named Zethron sent a secret message to Earth. Zethron was from a species called the Corvani, and he was supposed to lead part of the attack fleet against Earth. "Humans," his message said, "I have studied your tactics. I have seen what you did to our mining stations. My people were forced to join the Council 50 years ago. We do not want to fight you. We want to fight beside you." Dr. Kang brought the message to Admiral Choi and the other military leaders. "Is this a trap?" asked General Lim. "I do not think so," said Intelligence Officer Shin. "We have been monitoring Corvani communications. There is a civil war brewing on their homeworld. Many of them want to rebel against the Council." "What do they offer?" asked Admiral Choi. "Ships, weapons, and most importantly, information about the Council's battle plans," Shin replied. Captain O, who had just returned from his mission, leaned forward. "Admiral, I think we should take the risk. During my raids, I saw how the different alien species are forced to work together. They do not trust each other. They do not communicate well. If we can turn some of them to our side, their whole alliance will fall apart." Admiral Choi was quiet for a long moment. "Very well. Send a reply to this Zethron. Tell him we are willing to meet." 3 days later, a Corvani ship arrived at the edge of Earth's solar system. The aliens on board looked like large cats that walked on 2 legs. They had golden fur and green eyes that showed intelligence and sadness. Commander Zethron came aboard the Defiance to meet with Captain O and Dr. Kang. The alien was tall and moved with the grace of a natural hunter. "Humans," Zethron said in broken English, "we have watched your fights. You're like us. You are predators. The Council fears predators because they cannot control us." Dr. Kang nodded. "The Council rules through fear and overwhelming force. But predators do not surrender easily." "Exactly," said Zethron. "My people were warriors before the Council came. They made us into slaves, but we remember how to fight." Captain O looked at the alien commander. "What can you tell us about their attack plans?" Zethron activated a holographic display. It showed the positions of thousands of alien ships throughout the galaxy. "The Council is gathering every ship they have. They will attack Earth from 6 directions at once. The plan is to overwhelm your defenses with pure numbers." "How many ships?" asked O. "More than 3,000. But many crews do not want to fight. They are afraid of you. They have heard stories about what happens to species that anger humans." Dr. Kang smiled grimly. "Good. Fear is a weapon, too." "There is more," said Zethron. "The Council has ordered the complete destruction of Earth. They will not try to occupy your world. They will burn it to ash as an example to other species." The room was silent. Finally, Captain O spoke. "Then we make sure they never get the chance." Over the next month, secret meetings took place across the galaxy. Species after species contacted Earth to offer their help. The Corvani brought their fast attack ships. The Zilani offered their defensive technology. The Morthan provided intelligence about Council weaknesses, but the most important ally was unexpected. A group of young aliens from the Council's own core world sent a message to Earth. They called themselves the Liberation Front. "We have lived under the Council's tyranny our whole lives," their message said. "You humans have shown us that freedom is possible. When the war begins, we will sabotage the Council's ships from within. We will fight for our own freedom." Dr. Kang realized that Earth had accomplished something incredible. In just a few months, Humans had gone from being an unknown species to being the leaders of a galactic rebellion. We are not fighting alone anymore, she told Admiral Choi. We have turned their own empire against them. Good, said Choi, because according to our scouts, their main fleet will arrive in 2 weeks. 3,000 ships carrying weapons that can crack planets. Will we be ready? Admiral Choi looked out at Earth's solar system. It was filled with allied ships from a dozen species. Human-built defense platforms surrounded every planet and moon, and most importantly, Earth's people were united in a way they had never been before. We will be ready, he said. Time to show the galaxy what happens when you threaten the apex predators. Fleet Admiral Bei Jinwoo stood in the command center of Earth's newest battle station. Around him, screens showed thousands of alien ships approaching from 6 different directions. The largest military force in galactic history was coming to destroy Earth. Admiral, called the sensor operator. Final count is 3,200 ships. They will reach the outer defense perimeter in 4 hours. How many of our allies are in position? Asked Bei. Colonel Nam Hyejin answered from her position at the tactical station. Nam was small and quiet, but she was Earth's most dangerous special operations commander. All allied fleets are ready. Corvani ships are hidden behind Jupiter. Zelani defensive platforms are active around Mars. Morthan intelligence teams are already aboard several council ships. Engineer Ko Byung-hoon looked up from his computer terminal. Ko was a genius who had spent the last month combining human and alien technology. Admiral, the new weapon systems are online. I still cannot believe they work. What exactly did you build? Asked Bei. Ko smiled. I took human neural interface technology and connected it to alien quantum computers. Our pilots can now control multiple ships at once using only their thoughts. One human pilot can command an entire squadron. How many ships can one pilot control? We tested it yesterday. Specialist Yoon was able to control 12 fighters simultaneously. She said it felt natural, like controlling her own arms and legs. Admiral Bei nodded. This was exactly the kind of advantage humans needed. They were still outnumbered 10-1, but now their pilots were effectively multiplied. Colonel Nam, he said, status of your special operations? Nam's face was grim. Phase 1 is complete. My teams have eliminated 67 council commanders in the last week. Their command structure is in chaos. Many ships do not know who is supposed to give them orders. How did you do it? We studied their psychology. Most council species are herd animals. They panic when their leaders disappear. We also discovered that they do not promote based on ability. They promote based on politics. So their military leaders are not very good at war. Engineer Ko laughed. They have ruled the galaxy for millions of years without fighting a real war. They forgot how to be soldiers. What about Phase 2? Asked Admiral Bei. Colonel Nam activated a holographic display. It showed the positions of council ships throughout the galaxy. Many of them were marked with red symbols. We have infiltrators on 200 council ships. They are not there to fight. They are there to spread information. Videos of human battles. Records of how we treat prisoners. Stories about the freedom offered by our alliance. And it is working better than we hoped. According to our intelligence, 17 alien species have refused to participate in the attack. Their crews are in open rebellion. The Council had to send loyal species to guard the rebels, which reduced their attack force by nearly 1,000 ships. Admiral Bei felt hope growing in his chest. So we are not facing 3,000 ships? We are facing about 2,200 ships. But many of those crews do not want to fight. They are only here because they are more afraid of the Council than they are of us. Then we need to change that, said Bei. Open a channel to all Council ships. The communication officer pressed several buttons. Channel open, Admiral. Bei straightened his uniform and looked directly into the camera. This is Fleet Admiral Bei Jinwoo of the Terran Commonwealth. I am speaking to all sentient beings in the approaching fleet. He paused, knowing that his words were being translated into dozens of alien languages. You were told that humans are monsters. You were told that we will destroy your worlds and enslave your people. This is a lie. We offer you proof. The screen switched to show videos from human-controlled space stations. The images showed alien prisoners working alongside human engineers. They showed alien refugees who had fled Council oppression living peacefully on human worlds. They showed Council defectors being welcomed as equals in the Terran Commonwealth. We do not seek to rule you, Bei continued. We seek to free you. The Galactic Council has lied to you for millions of years. They told you that submission was the only path to peace. But look around you. Where is their peace? You are here to die for masters who see you as slaves. The screen changed again to show the faces of Alien Liberation Front members. They spoke directly to their own species, telling them about the hope they had found in the human alliance. If you wish to fight us, we will defend ourselves. But if you wish to join us, we welcome you. The choice is yours. Bay ended the transmission and turned to his staff. How long before they respond? Sir, called the communication officer. We are already receiving responses. Dozens of ships are requesting permission to defect. And the rest? The rest are accelerating their attack. They will be here in 2 hours. Admiral Bay nodded. Then we fight. All stations prepare for battle. The Battle of Sol began with the unexpected. Instead of attacking Earth directly, the Council fleet split into smaller groups and spread throughout the solar system. They were trying to force the human fleet to divide its forces, but Admiral Bay had studied the alien data that Dr. Kang had provided. He knew how Council fleets operated. They relied on overwhelming firepower and coordination between different species. If that coordination could be disrupted, the fleet would become just a collection of individual ships. Execute Plan Chaos, ordered Bay. Around the solar system, human special operations teams that had been hiding for weeks suddenly attacked. They were not trying to destroy the alien ships. They were trying to disrupt their communications. Colonel Nam had spent months studying alien psychology. She knew that most Council species panicked when they could not contact their commanders. Without clear orders, they would either retreat or act independently. Either way, their coordinated attack would fall apart. The plan worked perfectly. Within minutes, the Council fleet began to fragment. Some ships tried to retreat when they lost contact with their commanders. Others attacked the nearest target without waiting for orders. The carefully planned assault became a chaotic mess. Now we counterattack, said Admiral Bay. All units engage at will. The human fleet struck like a pack of wolves. Small groups of ships would appear suddenly, destroy their targets, and disappear before the enemy could respond. The new neural interface technology allowed human pilots to coordinate their attacks with perfect timing. Specialist Yoon, now promoted to squadron commander, led 12 fighters in a devastating attack on the Council's command ship. Using her neural link, she controlled all 12 fighters as if they were extensions of her own body. The alien ship never had a chance. But the real surprise came from Engineer Ko's secret weapon. Hidden throughout the solar system were devices that looked like ordinary asteroids. When activated, they created artificial gravity wells that could trap entire fleets. Gravity traps activated, reported Ko. Enemy fleet is immobilized. Hundreds of Council ships found themselves unable to move. Their engines were powerful enough to travel between stars, but they could not escape the intense gravity fields created by Ko's devices. Admiral, called the tactical officer. We have them trapped. Do we destroy them? Bay hesitated. These ships contained millions of sentient beings. Many of them were slaves forced to fight against their will. Open a channel to all trapped ships, he ordered. When the channel was active, Bay spoke again. Attention, Council fleet. You are trapped and defenseless. We could destroy you all right now, but we choose not to. Instead, we offer you one final chance to surrender. Lay down your weapons and prepare to be boarded. Those who wish to join us will be welcomed. Those who wish to return home will be given transport. We will not harm prisoners of war. The response was immediate. Hundreds of alien ships lowered their shields and powered down their weapons. Their crews had heard enough stories about human honor to trust the offer. But not all of them surrendered. The core Council species, the ones who had ruled the galaxy for millions of years, chose to fight to the death rather than admit defeat. The final battle was brief but intense. The remaining Council loyalists had the most advanced weapons in the galaxy. Their ships could destroy planets with a single shot. But they were outnumbered and outmaneuvered by the combined human and alien alliance. When the last Council ship was destroyed, the solar system was quiet except for the hum of rescue operations. Human ships were already moving to help damaged alien vessels. Medical teams were treating wounded prisoners with the same care they gave to their own soldiers. Admiral Bay looked at the tactical display. Of the original 3,200 ships that had attacked Earth, over 2,000 had surrendered or defected. Less than 300 had been destroyed, and most of those were empty ships that had been abandoned by their crews. Admiral, said Colonel Nam, we are receiving a message from the Galactic Council headquarters. They are requesting a ceasefire. After they tried to burn Earth to ash? Asked Engineer Ko. I think it is a little late for a ceasefire. Admiral Bay considered the request. The council was finished as a military force. Their fleet was destroyed, their empire was in rebellion, and their member species were defecting by the hundreds. But there was still one thing left to do. Send a reply. Bay told the communication off. President Seo Dongwook stood in the conference room overlooking Earth's capital city. Through the large windows, he could see alien ships landing alongside human vessels. 6 months ago, those same aliens had come to conquer Earth. Today, they were coming to join the Terran Commonwealth. Ambassador Lee Mi-young entered the room carrying a datapad. She had been working for weeks to prepare for this meeting. As Earth's chief diplomat, she would help negotiate the future of the galaxy. Mr. President, she said, the former council representatives have arrived. They are waiting in the main conference hall. How do they look? Asked Seo. Defeated, scared. Some of them are crying. Lee paused. I almost feel sorry for them. Do not feel too sorry, said Admiral Ryu Junho as he joined them. Ryu now commanded the Commonwealth's rapidly growing fleet. These are the same beings who enslaved dozens of species and tried to burn our world to ash. President Seo nodded. But they are also the key to building a better galaxy. We need to be firm but fair. The three humans walked to the main conference hall. It was the largest room in the government building, designed to hold meetings with hundreds of people. Today it held the remnants of galactic civilization. At the center of the room sat 5 aliens. They represented what was left of the Galactic Council's leadership. Most of them were old and had ruled for thousands of years. Now they looked small and fragile. Ambassador Velthar was among them. The same alien who had demanded Earth's surrender 6 months ago now sat with his head down, afraid to meet human eyes. Gentlemen, said President Seo as he took his seat, thank you for coming to Earth. I know this was not easy for you. One of the aliens, a creature that looked like a giant insect, spoke first. President Seo, we come to negotiate the terms of our surrender. What do you want from us? Seo looked at the alien for a moment. I want you to understand something first. Humans do not seek revenge. We seek justice. There is a difference. What does that mean? Asked another alien. Ambassador Lee opened her datapad. It means that war crimes will be punished, but entire species will not be held responsible for the actions of their leaders. It means that worlds that were enslaved will be freed, but we will not enslave the former slave masters. You are not going to execute us? Asked Velthar quietly. That depends, said Admiral Ryu. Did you personally order the deaths of civilians? Did you participate in genocide? Did you torture prisoners? The aliens looked at each other nervously. Finally, the insect-like creature spoke. We followed the policies that had been in place for millions of years. We did not think of it as wrong. It was simply how the galaxy worked. And that is exactly the problem, said President Seo. You had power for so long that you forgot other beings had rights. You ruled through fear and called it peace. Ambassador Lee activated a holographic display. It showed maps of the galaxy with different colored regions. Here are our terms. First, the Galactic Council is dissolved immediately. No single organization will ever again claim to rule the entire galaxy. Second, continued Admiral Ryu, all enslaved species are immediately freed. They can choose their own governments and decide their own futures. Third, said President Seo, any species that wishes to join the Terran Commonwealth is welcome. But membership is voluntary. No one will be forced to join. Fourth, war crimes trials will be held for individuals who committed atrocities. But we will focus on justice, not revenge. The aliens listened in silence. Finally, Velthar spoke. What about our homeworlds? Will you occupy them? Will you punish our people? We have no interest in ruling your worlds, said Seo. But we will station peacekeeping forces in systems where there is still fighting. And we will monitor former council worlds to make sure they do not restart their old policies. You are being more generous than we deserve, said the insect. Alien, perhaps, said Ambassador Lee, but generosity serves our interests. We want a stable galaxy, not a galaxy full of bitter enemies planning revenge. Admiral Ryu leaned forward. However, do not mistake our generosity for weakness. The Commonwealth now has the strongest military in the galaxy. If any species tries to restart the old ways of conquest and slavery, we will stop them. How? asked one of the aliens. The galaxy is huge. You cannot watch everyone, Ryu smiled. We do not need to watch everyone. We have allies now. Over 200 species have joined the Commonwealth or signed defense agreements with us. They will watch each other. President Seo stood up and walked to the window. Do you want to know the real difference between humans and the old council? You ruled through fear. You made everyone afraid of you, but you also made them hate you. When someone stronger came along, your empire collapsed overnight. He turned back to face the aliens. We rule through respect. Our allies choose to work with us because we treat them as equals. They fight beside us because they believe in what we are building. That kind of loyalty does not collapse when times get hard. What exactly are you building? Asked Velthar. Ambassador Lee answered. A galaxy where strength protects the weak instead of exploiting them. Where advanced species help primitive ones instead of enslaving them. Where differences are celebrated instead of crushed. That sounds impossible, said the insect alien. Why? Asked President Seo. Because it has never been done before. Humans specialize in doing impossible things. We survived on a planet that tried to kill us every day. We built civilizations in deserts and jungles and ice fields. We learned to fly even though we have no wings. We learned to swim even though we cannot breathe water, Admiral Ryu added. And we learned to wage war so well that we scared the greatest military force in galactic history into surrender. If we can do all that, we can certainly build a better galaxy. The alien negotiations continued for several more hours. The former council representatives signed documents formally surrendering their authority and agreeing to the Commonwealth's terms. Some of them wept as they signed. Others seemed relieved that their burden of rule was finally over. When the formal meeting ended, President Seo invited the aliens to stay for dinner. He wanted them to see how humans treated even former enemies with dignity. During the meal, Velthar spoke privately with President Seo. I have a question that has been bothering me for months. When we first met, your Captain Lee said something that I did not understand. He said we had declared war on the most deadly species alive. Did he know that humans would win this war? President Seo thought about the question. I think he knew something that you did not. He knew that humans never give up. We might lose battles, but we never stop learning from our mistakes. Every defeat makes us stronger. But you were so primitive compared to us. Your technology was thousands of years behind ours. Technology is not everything, said Seo. You had better ships, but we had better tactics. You had more powerful weapons, but we had more creative strategies. You had ruled the galaxy for millions of years, but we had spent millions of years learning how to survive. Velthar was quiet for a moment. I think I understand now. We became weak because no one ever challenged us. You became strong because everything challenged you. Exactly. And that is why the Commonwealth will succeed where the Council failed. We do not fear challenges. We welcome them. They make us better. Later that evening, President Seo stood on the balcony of his office with Admiral Ryu and Ambassador Lee. Below them, the city was busy with activity. Human and alien workers were building new embassy buildings for the dozens of species that wanted to establish relations with Earth. Do you think it will work? Asked Lee. This new order we are trying to build? It has to work, said Ryu. The alternative is to go back to the old ways of conquest and slavery. And we proved that those ways do not work when someone stronger comes along. President Seo watched an alien family walking through the park below. The parents were teaching their children to play a human game called soccer. I think it will work because we are not trying to rule the galaxy. We are trying to protect it. What is the difference? Asked Lee. Rulers think they know what is best for everyone. Protectors help people decide what is best for themselves. Seo smiled. Besides, humans are not very good at ruling. We are too independent. We do not like taking orders, and we do not like giving them either. So what are we good at? Asked Ryu. We are good at surviving. We are good at adapting. We are good at making allies out of enemies. And most importantly, we are good at protecting the weak from the strong. Admiral Ryu looked up at the stars. The galaxy is a big place. There are probably other threats out there that we do not know about yet. Let them come, said President Seo confidently. The galaxy now has apex predators watching over it. And apex predators do not let anything threaten their pack. Ambassador Lee laughed. Listen to us. 6 months ago, we were a single species on one planet. Now we are talking about protecting the entire galaxy. 6 months ago, the galaxy was ruled by tyrants who thought might made right, said Seo. Now it is protected by a species that knows might must serve right. I think that is progress. As the three humans watched, more alien ships landed in the distance. Each one carried representatives from species that wanted to join the Commonwealth or negotiate trade agreements. The age of conquest was over. The age of cooperation had begun. And at the center of it all was a small blue planet where a species of apex predators had learned that the Ows,